Thank you to dbrand for making CES 2017 possible for us this year. Check them out in the link below. So you guys have probably heard of FLIR thermal imaging. Not only have we done videos on them, but they've been in like the news, they do stuff for military and police applications, they make consumer products, they do a ton of stuff. They're basically the name in thermal imaging as far as I know. But you probably haven't seen this. This is the FLIR Duo. It's basically a FLIR camera in like GoPro form so that you can attach it to a drone. Its camera is capable of 1080p multispectral imaging, which is how you get clear, crisp images where you can actually see the details of things, like say a dog's face, but still get the thermal information on top. The unit itself has a Bluetooth button on the left-hand side that allows you to control it through a phone or a laptop or something like that, a record button on top, and then on the right-hand side there's a USB port which needs to be used for power as there's no battery on board, which makes sense because they had to fit two cameras into this thing. Then behind that there's a micro SD card slot for video storage or picture storage, and above that there's an HDMI port, which means that you can push out to something like a screen, which is actually pretty cool if you didn't want to attach this to a drone and wanted to set it up as maybe a surveillance camera or something like that. What's also cool is that it's available now, but I can't actually show you the results of this thing working because they don't have the right cable or something, which is rather unfortunate. What I can show you is the FLIR One Pro, which is this guy, but it's named the same as the previous one. This is the third generation. Ugh. What isn't about it is its specs and its capability. It's a 2 megapixel camera, which doesn't sound that great, but when you're in thermal imaging is actually rather good. It's a USB Type-C port on the top, which can actually be raised or lowered through a radio dial, which is actually pretty cool. They had a lot of requests for this because of people on construction sites or just people in general who had thick-bodied cases on their phones. Now they can raise the USB port up and get it to fit up in there without actually taking their case off, which is nice. You can control up to 3 temp points at once. You can click at 3 different places on the screen. It can measure the temperature at those places, or you can drag and move them around and measure whatever you want. And it comes with Vivid IR, which is a new technology that they're using, which should give you a cleaner, crisper, easier to make sense of image. It's also drop rated for 1.8 meters, which is good. But it does cost a little bit. It's $399. That being said, though, it's the Pro version. You can also get the consumer version if you want, which costs $199. It doesn't have quite as many features, like not actually going to drop it. It's not drop rated for like anything. It has 1 temp point on the screen, not 3. It doesn't have Vivid IR, so the images aren't quite clean and crisp, and you don't have access to the FLIR Tools app, so you can't do anything advanced beyond that. If neither of those float your boat, we have a different device, this all-in-one contained unit called the FLIR C3. It has an extremely rugged package and is designed for construction sites. It even has a hook so you can put it on your keys or a lanyard or something like that, but there is a trade-off. The sensor isn't quite as nice, and the thermal range isn't as wide either. But they did tell me when I asked about that if you see a temperature that's over 150 degrees on a construction site, you might have other problems. It can store 2,000 photos, but unfortunately can't take videos, although, oddly enough, it has Wi-Fi and you can stream with it. So that's what's new from FLIR. I wish I could show you actual footage from the FLIR Duo, but we'll probably get one of those in office at some point. I love FLIR stuff. I'm happy that they're coming out with new generation things. I do appreciate that every single time that they come out with a new FLIR One, their consumer end one becomes cheaper. I think that's pretty cool. If you've ever thought about getting into thermal imaging, check out FLIR. It's actually solid stuff. And if you want to check out something else cool before you leave, check out dbrand. I've got them on all my stuff. I think I've showed off the back of my phone for like almost every single dbrand integration so far, but whatever, man. We also use them on our laptops, which I've also called out in every single dbrand integration so far, so you're probably used to it by now. But whatever, if you're tired of seeing my skins, check out the configurator down below and make your own. I'll see you guys next time. Go to the dbrand link down below. Bye.